Hello friends, today I will talk about Plastic Waste Management Amendment Rules of 2018. These are published in Official Gazette of India, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change notification of 18th March 2016, and amendment is carried out in March 2018. So the plastic waste management and handling rules, though these were existing in 2011, were to implement the rules more effectively and to give thrust on plastic waste minimization, resource segregation, recycling, and involving waste pickers, recyclers and waste processors in collection of plastic. The waste fraction, either from households or any other source of its generation, intermediate material, or recovery facility, even to adopt the polluter pays principle for sustainability of the waste management system. The central government has reviewed the rules of 2011, and therefore in order to come with central government has power, and to exercise the powers that are conferred as part of Environment Protection Act of 1986 and in separation of the plastic waste management and handling rules of 2011, central government has made these rules new rules, and the short title of these rules is the Plastic Waste Management Amendment Rules of 2018. So I'm taking a review of what important rules are these. So they shall come into force on the date of their publication in Official Gazette. So it is usually applicable to almost all laws. Whenever they are published in Official Gazette, they become applicable. So these rules apply to every waste generator, local body, gram panchayats, manufacturer and importers, as well as of course producers of the plastic. There are certain definitions, as almost in every law. Initial part after short title and commencement is about definitions. Act. So act means, as the name suggests, as part of these rules are created as part of Environment Protection Act of 1986, and it is the parent act. A number of rules are designed under this act. Alternate use means the use of material for the purpose other than for which it was created. Brand owner, as the name suggests, means a person or company who sells any commodity under a registered brand. So carry bag means, as we know, bags made from plastic material are compostable plastic, so that nowadays a number of producers are there, but do not include the bags that constitute or form an integral part of packaging. So that is not carry bag, it is defined here. So commodity means the tangible items that may be bought or sold, and includes the all marketable goods. So compostable plastic, as the word suggests, compostable, it is degradable and undergoes degradation by biological process. And in general, what happens during compostation, carbon dioxide, water and biomass is generated, and does not leave the visible distinguishable toxic residue. So as part of consent definition, consent means consent to establish and operate from the concerned state pollution control board or pollution control committee. It is as part of union territories. So disintegration means the physical breakdown of material into number of fragments. Disintegration, as the words meaning we know number of words. Energy recovery means the energy which is recovered from the waste after its conversion from other wastes to useful forms for production of electricity, fuel, or a variety of processes, including combustion, gasification, pyrolysis, especially for biomass, anaerobic digestion, landfill gas recovery. So this is what. Extended producer's responsibility. EPR, it means the responsibility of producer for environmentally sound management of the product until the end of its life. Foodstuff, definition of it means the ready to eat food products, packaged products, fast foods, processed or cooked food in liquid, or in powder, solid or semi-solid form. So facility means the premises used for collection, storage, recycling, processing and disposal of the plastic waste. So facilities. Importer means, yes, as the name suggests, as the word suggests, the person who imports or wish to intend the products. Institutional wastes generator means the organizations, central government bodies, state government departments, private establishments, public or private sector companies, even schools, colleges, hospitals, universities, other places of education, organizations, a number of hotels, even restaurants, malls, even shopping complexes. So they all are included under this. Local body, as we know, means the urban local body with different number of other nomenclatures: corporation, municipality, nagar palika, nagar nigam, nagar panchayat, municipal council. So where the management of plastic waste is entrusted to such agencies. Manufacturer means and include a person or a unit or agency engaged in production of plastic raw material. So multi-layered packaging means what? By material used or to be used for packaging and having at least one layer of plastic as the main ingredient of it. Plastic means what? Very important, defined under these rules, which contains as an essential ingredient or material a high polymer such as polyethylene terephthalate, high density polyethylene, vinyl, low density polyethylene, polypropylene, polystyrene resins, multi-materials like acrylonite, butadiene, styrene, polyphenylene oxide, polycarbonate, polybutylene, terephthalate, etc. Plastic sheet means plastic sheet which is made up of plastic. Plastic wastes are those plastics discarded after use or after their intended use is over. Prescribed authority means the authorities which are specified under these rules. The producer means the person engaged in manufacture or import of carry bags or multi-layered packaging or plastic sheets, or it also includes the industries or individuals using plastic sheets or cover made up of plastic sheets or multi-layered packaging for wrapping the commodity. So recycling, as we know, means the process of transforming segregated plastic waste into new product or material for producing raw material for producing new products. So registration means the registration with the State Pollution Control Board or Pollution Control Committee concerned related state or union territory. Street vendor, we know, we are all aware, those who sell on street. So virgin plastic is also defined under these rules, means the plastic material which has not been subjected to use earlier and also not been blended with the scrap or waste. Waste generator means and also include every person or group of persons or institutions, residential and commercial establishments including Indian railways, airports and harbors and defense establishment which generate plastic wastes. What is waste management? It is the collection under these rules. Collection, storage, transportation, reduction, reuse, recovery, recycling, composting or disposal of plastic wastes in an environmentally safe manner. Waste pickers, who are they? They are defined as part of these rules, means individuals or agencies, groups of individuals voluntarily engaged or authorized for picking of recycled plastic wastes. So there are general conditions, and these are the manufacturers, importer, stocking, distribution, sale and use of carry bags, plastic sheets or cover made up of plastic sheets and multi-layered packaging shall be subject to certain conditions, and I will tell you about these. The carry bags and plastic packaging shall either be in natural shade, which is without any added pigments, are made using only those pigments and colorants which are in conformity with Indian standards IS 9833/1981 titled as List of Pigments and Colorants for use in plastics in contact with foodstuffs, pharmaceuticals and drinking water. Another condition, carry bags made of recycled plastic or products made of recycled plastic shall not be used for storing, carrying, dispensing or packaging ready to eat or drink foodstuffs. Third condition, carry bags made up of virgin or recycled plastic shall not be less than 50 microns in thickness. This is the condition. Another fourth condition, plastic sheet or like which is not an integral part of multi-layered packaging or cover made up of plastic sheet used for packaging, wrapping the commodity shall not be less than 50 microns in thickness. So this is important condition. Only above 50 microns is allowed. The manufacturer, another condition, manufacturer shall not sell or provide or arrange plastic to be used as raw material to a producer. not having valid registration from the concerned state pollution control board or pollution control committee. The next condition, the sachets using plastic material shall not be used for storing, packing or selling gutka, tobacco and pan masala. Recycling of plastic waste shall conform to the Indian standard IS 14534 1998, and these are titled as Guidelines for Recycling of Plastics. The provision of thickness shall not be applicable to carry bags made up of compostable plastic. Carry bags made from compostable plastic shall conform to the Indian standard. So it is the need, it is compulsory. So it is IS 17088 2008, titled as Specifications for Compostable Plastic as amended from time to time. So the manufacturers or sellers of compostable plastic carry bags shall obtain a certificate from Central Pollution Control Board before marketing or selling of it. Next condition, plastic material in any form including vinyl acetate, malic acid, vinyl chloride, copolymer shall not be used in any package for packaging gutka, pan masala and tobacco in all forms. Rule number 5 says that plastic waste management, it is related with it, and the plastic waste management by the urban local bodies. Plastic waste which can be recycled shall be channelized to registered plastic waste recycler, and recycling of plastic shall conform, see the condition, to the Indian standard IS 14534 1998, titled as Guidelines for Recycling of Plastic. Again, local bodies shall encourage the use of plastic waste, so preferably plastic waste which cannot be further recycled, for road construction as per Indian Road Congress guidelines, or energy recovery or waste to oil, etc. Thermoset plastic waste shall be processed and disposed of as per guidelines issued from time to time by the Central Pollution Control Board. Another next important thing about management, the inert from recycling or processing facilities of plastic waste shall be disposed of in compliance with solid waste management rules of 2000 and amended from time to time. Rule number 6 is about responsibility of the local bodies. And now I will tell you about every local body shall be responsible for development and setting up of infrastructure for segregation, collection, storage, transportation, processing and disposal of the plastic waste, either on its own or by engaging agencies or even producers there. The local body shall be responsible for setting up, operationalization and coordination of the waste management system, and for performing the associated functions, and these functions are ensuring segregation, collection, storage, transportation, processing and disposal of plastic waste, ensuring that no damage is caused to the environment during the management process. these bodies have to ensure that channelization of the recycled plastic waste fraction to the recyclers. They have to ensure that the processing and disposal of the non-recyclable fraction of the plastic wastes. Again, they have to create awareness among all stakeholders about their responsibilities for not to generate more plastic waste. Again, engage the civil societies or groups working with plastic waste pickers. Even they have to ensure that open burning of plastic waste does not take place in the area. In addition, the local body for setting up of system of plastic waste management shall seek assistance of producers, and such a system shall be set up within 1 year from the date of final publication of these rules. So, as per condition, perhaps in most of the areas the plastic waste processing units are working or they are well managed, we expect. The local body has to frame bylaws incorporating the provisions of these rules. Again, next, rule number 7, it is related with responsibility of Gram Panchayat. Every Gram Panchayat, either on its own or by engaging other agency, shall set up, operationalize and coordinate for the waste management in rural area under their control and performing such associated functions. I will tell you which are. These are: ensure the segregation, collection, storage, transportation of plastic waste and channelize the recyclable plastic waste, and the waste fractions are to the recyclers having registration, proper valid registration, and this is for that no damages, they have to ensure that no damage is caused to the environment during this process. Again, Gram Panchayats, they have to create awareness among all stakeholders about their responsibilities. In addition, they have to ensure that open burning of plastic waste does not take place in their area. Gram Panchayat, they have to keep watch, they have to monitor what happens with the waste that are generated in their area. Rule number 8, it is related with responsibility of waste generator. The waste generator shall take steps to minimize generation of waste and segregate plastic waste at source. So reduction at source is mentioned here in these rules, and that should be in accordance with the solid waste management rules. So, not litter the plastic waste and ensure the segregation, as well as the storage of the waste at source, and hand over such segregated waste to the urban local body or Gram Panchayat or other agency appointed by them, or towards the registered waste pickers, registered recyclers or waste collection agencies. All institutional waste generators of the plastic waste, number of organizations, educational, industries and all, shall segregate and storage the waste generated by them in accordance with the municipal solid waste rules and hand over segregated waste to the authorized waste processing or disposal facilities or deposition centers, either on its own or through the authorized waste collection agency. See, it is important. Again, all waste generator shall pay such user fee or charge as may be specified in the bylaws of the local bodies for plastic waste management as such waste collection or operation of the facility. Every person responsible for organizing an event in an open space, which involves service of food stuff in plastic or multi-layered packaging, shall segregate and manage the waste generated during such events and in accordance with the Municipal Solid Waste Rules 2000. So it is responsibility who is generating, who is creating waste, has to go ahead, has to follow the other rules also. Rule number 9 is related with responsibility of producers who produce, importers and brand owners. The producers within a period of 6 months from the date of publication of these rules shall work out for modalities for waste collection system, so which is based on extended producers responsibility and involving state urban development departments, so either individually or collectively through their own distribution channel or through the concerned local body. The primary responsibility for collection of used multi-layered plastic, sachet or pouches or packaging is of producers, importers and brand owners who introduce the products in the market. So those who are giving out products into the market to the consumers, it is their primary responsibility to manage the wastes. They need to establish a system for collecting back the plastic wastes generated due to their products. This is one of very important rule. This plan of collection to be submitted to the state pollution control boards while applying for consent or establish or operate or renewal. How they will take back their wastes. The brand owners whose consent has been renewed before this notification of these rules shall submit again such plan within 1 year from the date of notification of these rules and implement within 2 years. That was the condition. By now it is expected that almost all have done it. Again, manufacture and use of multi-layered plastic which is not recyclable or non-energy recoverable or with no alternate use of plastic, if any, should be phased out in 2 years of time. Next, the producer within a period of 3 months from the date of final publication of these rules shall apply to the Pollution Control Board or Pollution Control Committee as part of Union Territory for grant of registration. So it is the responsibility of producers, importers, manufacturers. No producer shall on and after the expiry of a period of 6 months from the date of final publication of these rules in official gazette manufacture or use any plastic or multi-layered packaging or packaging of commodities without registration from the concerned state pollution control board or pollution control committee. Registration is must those who are producing and using plastics on larger scale. Every producer shall maintain a record of details of the person engaged in supply of plastic used as raw material to manufacture carry bags or plastic sheets. So who is supplying and how much? Rule number 10 under these rules is related with protocols for compostable plastic material determination of the degree of degradability and degree of disintegration of the plastic material, okay, shall be as per the protocols of the Indian standards. So as per already decided things, the degradability, compostability of such a waste. Next part is rule 11 is related with marking or labeling. Each plastic carry bag and multi-layered packaging shall have certain information printed in English, and this information should have name, registration, number of manufacturer and thickness in case of carry bags, the name and registration number of the manufacturer in case of multi-layered packaging, or name and certificate number in case of carry bags made from compostable plastic. Each recycled carry bag shall bear a label or a mark recycled. So that is important. You will able to see nowadays somewhere most of the, and they shall conform to the Indian standards IS 14534 guidelines for recycling of plastics, which are amended from time to time. So each carry bag made from compostable plastic shall bear a label compostable and shall again conform to the Indian standards IS 17088. These are of 2008 and titled as specifications for compostable plastics. Rule number 12 under these rules, it is about prescribed authority. The State Pollution Control Board and Pollution Control Committee in case of the Union Territories, they shall be the authority and in general to implement all rules under Environment Protection Act, Environment Related Act, SPCBs, CPCB, they are dealing with it, and enforcement of the provisions under these rules relating to registration of manufacture of plastic products and multi-layered packaging, processing and disposal of plastic wastes. The concerned secretary in charge of urban local urban development and the state or union territory shall be authority for enforcement of the provisions of these rules relating to waste management by waste generator, use of plastic carry bags, plastic sheets or like covers made up of plastic sheets and multi-layered packaging. The concerned Gram Panchayat shall be the authority for enforcement of the provisions of these rules relating to waste management by the waste generator, use of plastic carry bags, plastic sheets or like covers made up of plastic sheets and multi-layered packaging in the rural area of the state or union territory. So which is the authority, prescribed authority? So it is mentioned as part of rule number 12 of this act. Rule number 13 is related with registration of producer, recyclers and manufacturer. The no person shall manufacture carry bags or recycle plastic bags or multi-layered packaging unless the person has obtained a registration from the State Pollution Control Board or the Pollution Control Committee in case of Union Territory. So as in case maybe prior to commencement of the production, every producer or branch owner shall for the purpose of registration or for renewal of registration make an application in Form 1 to the concerned state pollution control board or pollution control committee. So every person recycling or processing waste or proposing to recycle or process the plastic waste shall make an application to the SPCB, concerned SPCB or PCB, Pollution Control Board, for grant of registration or renewal of registration for the recycling. In standard format it is Form 2. Every manufacturer engaged in manufacture of plastic to be used as raw material by the producer shall make an application to the SPCB, concerned SPCB or PCB of the Union Territory, related Union Territory, for the grant of registration or for the renewal of registration, and that is Form number 3. The State Pollution Control Board or the committee in case of Union Territory shall not issue or renew the registration to the plastic waste recycling or processing units unless the unit possesses a valid consent under Water Act of 1974 and Air Act of 1981. So along with they should have certificate of registration issued by District Industries Center or any other government agency. So they have also to follow the consents under Air Act and Water Act with valid registration. The State Pollution Control Board or the Pollution Control Committee, they shall not renew a registration of the producer unless the producer possesses an action plan which is endorsed by the Secretary in charge of urban development of the concerned state or Union Territory, setting up of plastic waste management system. So on receipt of the application, so complete in all respects for the registration for recycling of processing of plastic waste under sub rule 3 of these, the State Pollution Control Board may after such a inquiry, so if they consider necessary and if they are satisfied that the applicant possesses appropriate facilities, technical capabilities and equipments to handle the plastic waste safely, so may grant registration to the applicant. Every state pollution control board or pollution control committee take a decision on the grant of registration within 90 days of receipt of the application, which is complete in all respects. So there is time limit to take decision by the SPCBs or PCBs. Registration granted under this rule shall initially be valid for a period of 1 year and shall subsequently be granted for 3 years later on. State Pollution Control Board or PCBs shall not revoke, suspend or cancel registration without providing opportunity of hearing to the producer or person engaged in recycling or processing of the plastic waste. Every application for renewal of registration shall be made at least 120 days before the expiry of the validity of the registration certificate. Rule number 14 is related with the responsibility of retailers and street vendors. The retailers or the street vendors shall not sell or provide commodities to consumers in carry bags. This is most important provision, or plastic sheet or multi-layered packaging which are not manufactured and labeled or marked as per prescribed rules. Every retailer or street vendor selling or providing commodities in plastic carry bags or multi-layered packaging or plastic sheets or like related covers made up of plastic sheets which are not manufactured or labeled or marked in accordance with these rules shall be liable to pay such fines as specified under the bylaws of local bodies. So they have right to decide and take fine, local bodies. Rule number 16, it says that state level monitoring committee should be there, and the state government or union territory shall, for the purpose of enforce and maintain effective monitoring of implementation of these rules, constitute a state level advisory committee consisting of the Secretary, Department of Urban Development is the chairman, Director from State Department of Environment as a member, Member Secretary from State Pollution Control Board or Pollution Control Committee as member, Municipal Commissioner as member. Next member is one expert from local body, one expert from non-governmental organization which is involved in waste management, commissioner of value added tax or his nominee as member, sales tax commissioner or its officer as member, representatives of plastic association, drug manufacturers association, chemical manufacturers association as member. And next, one expert from the field of industry as a member. In addition, one expert from the field of academic institution as member. Even Director of Municipal Administration will remain as a convener for this committee. The state level advisory body shall meet at least once in 6 months and may invite experts if it is necessary. Rule 17 is related with annual reports. Every person engaged in recycling or processing of the plastic waste shall prepare and submit annual report in prescribed form 4 to the local body concerned under intimation to the concerned State Pollution Control Board or Pollution Control Committee by 30th April 30 of every year. Every local body shall prepare and submit an annual report in Form 5 to the concerned Secretary in charge of the Urban Development Department under intimation to the SPCB or PCB by 30th June of every year. Each State Pollution Control Board or Pollution Control Committee shall prepare and submit an annual report in form number 6 to the CPCB on the implementation of these rules by the 31st July of every year. The Central Pollution Control Board shall prepare a consolidated annual report on the use and management of plastic waste and forward to the central government along with its recommendations before 31st August of every year. So there are important forms as part of these rules. Form number 1 is application for registration for producers or brand owners. Form 2 is application form for registration or units engaged in processing or recycling of plastic waste. Form 3 is application for registration for manufacturers or plastic raw materials. Form 4 is format of annual report by operator of plastic waste processing or recycling facility to the local body. Form 5 is format for annual report on plastic waste management, so to be submitted by local body. Form 6 is state-wise status of implementation of plastic waste management rules 2016 as amendment in 2018 for that year and that annual report format. So this was all about all the rules that are mentioned as part of plastic waste management amended rules of 2018. The issue of plastic waste generation has caused much attention in developing as well as in developed societies. So there is no doubt that these rules and call by the central government is helping all of us to reduce the generation of plastic and plastic waste or proper processing of the plastics that are generated in our society. Support by people and proper enforcement and monitoring by the agencies is required in order to minimize the plastic waste generation in our country. That's the end. Thank you very much for being here. Bye bye.